It's time to meet the starting five, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay, kind of a lopsided matchup tonight. In some regards, but everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is the NBA. Anything can happen, and even lower-ranked teams are elite. We could still have a real contest on our hands tonight.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. We've got Santi Aldama, Luke Kennard out there with John Morant. Then there's Jaren Jackson, and it's Clark in at the 5 spot.
Continuing to work, no give from Maxey, even amongst the bigs.
Morant with it. Clark a screen on George. Morant with a wide open look. Offline with his 3. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Embiid with the steal. About a minute played so far here in the first. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
Morant kicks to Clark. Outside Jackson. Pass to Morant. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Clark, the pass to Kennard. There's a screen by Aldama. Shot clock at 5. This one for 3, and that's good. Luke Kennard for 3.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Philadelphia with the ball. After earning the number 2 seed in the 2023 playoff, Richard, last season was a lost year because of all those injuries and other things in Memphis.
John Morant only played 9 games last year. Desmond Bane missed half the year. Marcus Smart out. The Grizzlies still have a lot of young talent and a very bright future.
Embiid with the steal. Maxey with it. He's picked up by Morant. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
It's stolen by Aldama. 3 on 3. Trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. And the basket is good.
And he is a huge presence inside at both ends. Jackson's a great asset to have in the post.
Now, here is George. A 35-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Pass to Embiid. Over Clark. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by George. Embiid's got 6 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the 76ers.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Sometimes Morant just makes this look effortless. He's such a gifted passer.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Of course, John Morant's named first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And so here's Memphis. After the Sixers pick up 2. Morant outside. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. Morant against Maxey. To the inside. Here's Embiid. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career. But he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
And it's Morant missing.
This is hard to watch. You might want to put the kids to bed. This man still has not hit a shot this quarter.
Pass to McCain. Kennard covering. 5 to shoot. Floats one up. Embiid, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 6. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
This is what a mere 7-footer like Jackson delivers tough inside scoring.
So it's Philadelphia now. Jaren Jackson making his last shot. Right wing. A 3-ball. Shot by Grimes. No good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Clark with a wide-open look. Buries it from 3-point range. Clark's got 5.
Man, if Clark ever hits that shot with consistency, watch out. That's a game changer.
Here's Grimes. Defended by Aldama. Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Pass to Kennard. Floats it up there for Morant. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And that's big-time stuff there. Morant looking unafraid to go get those lobs and finish them.
Here's Grimes. Off target from outside.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Here's Clark. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The 76ers lead. Embiid with a screen on Clark. Here's McCain. Here's Embiid.
Oh, wow! That is powerful. Woo, throw it down, big man. You gotta love seeing Embiid rise up and just throw it down.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Edie's checked in for Brandon Clark. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Santi Aldama. Anthony's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Pippen subbed in for Morant. So it's Philadelphia now, following Jaren Jackson's 3-point attempt. Guarded by Pippen. Pass to Embiid. Over 80. No good with the fallback jumper.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Here's McCain. He has yet to score. Here's Embiid. Grizzlies with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. A fantastic dunk, and he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Embiid with the screen on him. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Holmes checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Gigi Jackson comes in for Jaren Jackson. And it's Morant in for Pippen. Outside Jackson. Here's Morant. Edey can't get the putback. Philadelphia has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's McCain. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Here's McCain. Banked in off the glass. McCain's got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for the Philadelphia 76ers. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Back right after this. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. They've got Jackson. Ja Morant, he's out there with Cole Anthony. Then there's Edey. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the three spot. And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Outside Jackson. No good on the triple. Philadelphia shooting 47%, pretty solid. Isaac with a screen for Maxey. And the shot goes down. And the 76ers lead by 2.
That sudden move off the pick, Maxey, is tough to stay with defensively.
Anthony taking his time here. Here's the screen. Inside. Here's Edey. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one. Edey's gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Maxey kicks to George. Over Caldwell Pope, and that one's good. George has got his first bucket of the night.
And George, such a confident player. He's also terrific at recognizing when he's in a zone.
Morant outside. Jackson a screen on George. Morant the bounce pass. And the basket by Jackson.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
RJ, Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of, can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. You have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. You have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Brandon Clark comes in for Jackson. And it's Luke Kennard in for Cole Anthony. Outside, George. It's good from long range. George has got 5.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
Morant passes to Caldwell Pope. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped a game in this series last year. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
The 76ers have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Anthony's checked in for Memphis. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The 76ers, number 1. The Grizzlies, 4th.
Both really good defensively last season, and that showed up in those steals numbers.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Morant finds Clark. Clark sets a screen for Anthony. Clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. They grab their own miss and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And checking out numbers for Anthony. Some last season stats for him. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, not playing outside himself, but finding lots of chances to do his thing and affect the game.
Now, here's Maxey. Pass to Isaac. Back to Maxey. George against Kennard. George looking over the floor. Tries the spin move, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Santi Aldama. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Edey. And we see dunkers get technicals for hanging on the rim, slapping the backboard, or Richard even staring someone down. Should refs let that slide, or is that something they got to pay attention to?
I don't mind the hanging on the rim, the smacking the backboard. I love that aggression. The staring people down, that's something you got to be careful with because that can cause some problems, and we don't want any of those issues on the court.
Clark for 3. Good on the triple. Clark's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And this is what the coaching staff loves when they watch Clark, wanting to improve his shooting off the catch.
Here's Bona. His last outing, he had 8 points. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Hard to talk about a guy who can completely take over. Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, I love his energy. I love his focus. I love his love for the game. He is relentless. What's amazing is that there's still so much upside there, Kevin.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jackson, he's checked in for Edey. And Santi Aldama is subbed in for Anthony.
What I love most about Maxey is his aggressive attitude. When he's out there, he keeps his foot on the gas pedal.
Morant against Maxey. Isaac outside. Outside, George. Shoots over Aldama. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Isaac touched it last.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Paul George. Last season, he played outstanding. 6th in steals, and he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And like a thief in the night, he will pick your pocket clean. Top 10 in steals, as you said last year. Always a threat to cause a turnover. The 76ers trail. Kennard covering. Embiid the screen. There's the drive. Oh, and he plucks it off the... Oh, wow, what a slam from Embiid. And Morant Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's Clark. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. Aldama gets the bucket. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
The enthusiasm they've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Spins. Here's George. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Pippen's checked in for John Morant. And you look at the Grizzlies defense the last few years, RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Quentin Grimes is checked in for the 76ers. So for Philadelphia, their last game, a win against Detroit. Pass to Embiid. Here's McCain. Front past the arc. Rebounded by Jackson.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Pippen. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Grizzlies have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That one is no good.
I know he's kicking himself for not snatching the lead. But look, he tied things up.
Guarded by Jackson. Pass to McCain. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama's got his 4th rebound in this one. With the drive. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one misses.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Pass to Embiid. Tries again. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, it's such a simple yet effective move. Embiid executing the pump fake.
And Embiid drops them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Kennard finds Pippen. .109 left here in the second. Clark outside. And it's Pippen in the corner. It's up a 3. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. 76ers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. That one is off. He hits the second from the line. For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Pippen kicks to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Aldama. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Great recognition of the mismatch, abusing the smaller defender, poor guy.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Holmes checked in. And Richard, when it comes to Jaren Jackson, there's a lot to appreciate. My goodness.
Oh, I love that he can guard 1 through 5. Really a modern defensive NBA big man. He can go back to the basket or he can face up. He doesn't need the ball to make a huge impact.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Memphis moving it around. Down low, here's Jackson. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Jackson's got the lead up to 4 now for Memphis.
This is where you want Jackson Jr. going to town. He's got a nice soft touch around the rim.
That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Pippen, the pass to Jackson. The turnaround jumper. Here's Clark. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies out in front, leading by just 2. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
They've controlled the pace, and it's been fast. Getting out in the open court and scoring before the defense could get set.
And that is it for halftime, folks.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
Isaac out there with George. Then there's Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They trail by 1. Pass to Clark. Outside Jackson. Now Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss. Philadelphia shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Here's Grimes. He's covered by Clark. And here's George for 3. Memphis has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Pass to Clark to the wing on the left. Here's Aldama. Drains it from beyond the arc. Aldama's got 12.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Here's Embiid. The 76ers with another miss. Clark, the pass to Kennard. Morant against Maxey. Jackson kicks to Kennard. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Morant. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after.
And that's one of the underrated aspects of his game, his passing. He knows the defense expects him to finish the job, but he just drops off a dime.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Isaac's checked in for Philadelphia. Edwards comes in for George. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. 5th on the list, the 76ers.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Memphis has gotten the 3-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Clark against Embiid. And here's Kennard. He's got 5. 4 on the clock. Pass to Aldama. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's McCain. Back to Embiid. Ball's not loose. Here's Morant. A special move before the shot. Morant's got his second bucket of the game to go.
So creative with the ball in his hands. Morant is adept at creating offenses for himself.
Pass to Embiid. Here's McCain. Guarded by Morant. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. Embiid's got his third assist on the night. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways, I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. Maxey's checked in for the 76ers. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the 76ers.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner three tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
Maxey looking it over. Out to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Aldama passes to Clark. Isaac against Jackson. Now here's Morant. Defense is right there, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Some changes for Memphis. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Santi Aldama. And Pippen subbed in for Morant. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range. 12 points for him.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The strong finish from Jackson Jr. He goes up with power inside the paint.
Now Maxey. He's got 9. And the rejection by Clark. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. It's blocked. It's Edwards on the wing. Defended by Pippen. A second chance effort. That misses off the backboard. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Over to the left wing. Clark. Rebound by the 76ers. Isaac's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pippen against Maxey. Pass to Edwards. Fires from the wing. It's Edwards on the wing. Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. Kennard with the ball. And Edwards with a clear path to the basket. Here's Maxey. The 76ers again can't hit it.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
6 to shoot. Another shot. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Edey's checked in for Clark. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And so here is Philadelphia. And here's George for three. Caldwell Pope with some nice D. Kennard against Edwards. Pass to Edie. Caldwell Pope kicks to Kennard. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock.
And finding his teammate in stride, he led his guy perfectly.
The 76ers trail by 3. Isaac passes to George. Drains the 19-footer. George has got 10 points.
A good ball handler with an advanced offensive repertoire. George is more than comfortable in the pick and roll.
Jackson against Isaac. Pass to Edie. Pippen outside. Kennard setting the pick for Pippen. A three-pointer off the mark. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. They set the pick. Maxey into the lane. They now take the lead.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight. And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post. And let's look now at some numbers for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Last season's performance for him averaged about 10 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And to have a player who can fill it up like him coming in off the bench, what an asset.
He's crucial to the success of their second unit because he can keep that offense rolling.
He hits both from the stripe.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Here's Anthony. Will it go? And it's good on the way in.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Isaac outside. 51 seconds left in the third. A nice shot by George.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Pippen with it. Maxey covering, and they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And some changes here for the 76ers. Holmes checked in, and it's Quentin Grimes in for Paul George. The 76ers leading by 4. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. Drains the three-pointer. Maxey's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
So locked in from range. Maxey almost makes it look effortless.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Maxey. The Grizzlies have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And that one falls for Jackson.
He's become a dependable scorer. This man, Jaren Jackson Jr., will look. He's averaged double digits over the course of his early career.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Back to Maxey. An easy 2 points on the layup. Maxey's got the lead up to 8 now for the 76ers.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. 76ers on top as they wrap up the third quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page, woo.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Edie out there with Jackson. Then it's Morant. Then it's Anthony. And it's Wells in at the three. Here's Anthony. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And a quick look at how the Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they're off to Brooklyn to face off with the Nets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And that game against the Wizards, things starting to solidify as that game is going to be number 10 on the year for them. Team getting sharper every time out.
Morant against Maxey. Pass to Holmes. Kicks it out to Maxey. Fires the three. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Here's Morant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
From his first day in the league, opponents are going to make him earn it at the line. And look, Morant, he'll give him an easy look.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Morant.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Here's McCain. Ready by Morant. Merrill can't hit.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
And they need to use that momentum, clawing their way back via fast break points.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He has decided it's the right time to talk. I now will send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. Now, Coach told his guys it's not over until it's over. He asked them to stay sharp out there and to keep fighting. If we lose this, it's on us, he said. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Covered by Anthony. Pass to George. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 5-point 76ers lead.
And moving George around the floor keeps the defense guessing.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Anthony. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
The Grizzlies making a change here. Kennard's checked in. Pass to McCain. Covered by Anthony. Isaac a screen on Anthony. Down low. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the overall skill set that Isaac possesses really off the charts. A big man who can run the floor, but also with that wingspan can defend the rim.
And both free throws good for Isaac. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now here's Anthony. Floats one, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
That's good from Anthony. 76ers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. George with the bucket. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Outside Anthony. And Embiid with the block. And they get it back. He gets that one. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Embiid powers it down.
The offensive arsenal of Embiid is phenomenal. He's capable of scoring in a multitude of ways.
Pass to Edey. Back to Morant. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by the 76ers. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
And he may be in his 30s, but Paul George still has got a lot of bounce.
Pass to Edey. Back to Anthony. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Break, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking it.
And that one's good, George.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And it's Morant missing.
Just an ugly show for him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Jackson comes in for G.G. Jackson. And Santi Aldama is subbed in for Anthony. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. 9-point game. George against Morant. Here's Aldama. And another miss by Memphis. Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Goes back up. Embiid, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Pass to Kennard. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
And Philadelphia has possession. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Maxey passes to George. Tries the spin move. Clock at 6. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. George has got the lead up to 11 now for Philadelphia. George against Morant. Kennard with the ball. To the middle, trying to end the drought. And the rejection by Embiid. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. But Grizzlies call timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Five on the clock. Here's Morant. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Morant against Maxey. To the inside. And the foul called on Brandon Clark. That'll be his second foul of the game. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Morant against Maxey. Shot clock at 5. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Embiid is just too strong inside.
A list of guys as strong as Joel Embiid in this league is very short.
Morant against George. Shot to stop the run. Count it, and the Philadelphia lead has been cut down to 10 on the bucket from Morant.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Inside. And even 3-on-3 break. And Morant throws it down.
Okay, I see you, John, flexing a little bit of muscle, showing off that athletic ability. Okay.
Jackson against George. Spins. Got a piece of it. Pocket 4. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Here's Embiid. And they double up Embiid. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Grizzlies trail by 8. And here's Morant. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Morant's got 9 points in the quarter.
That is just absolutely ridiculous. Look, we talk about Morant having that it factor, and then he makes the biggest play of the night.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Fires for 3. They get it again, and Embiid throws it down.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Here's the floater. Can't capitalize inside. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Well, certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's a good screen. The 3 from George. Buries the long-range jumper. And the 76ers lead by 11.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
So the 76ers win it. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. PG, you guys look confident.
Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter, David Aldridge.